You know, I think a lot about what is it going to take for these African-American Trump supporters to realize how deeply, deeply racist that man is, and that he's just playing them. He comes into our barbershops and our churches, and he brags about being the best thing to happen to African-Americans since Abraham Lincoln, which is completely false and offensive. Yet some black men just continue to follow him. And I'm not just talking about those conservatives, Tim Scott and Byron Donalds and Ben Carson. I mean, they're going to do that. I'm talking about a lot of these brothers out here in the neighborhood, in the community. And no matter how racist Trump is, they just seem to just like him, gravitate toward him, despite his racism. It's almost like having a friend who's dating a girl and she is dogging him out. She's all over town, sleeping with other guys in front of everybody. Everybody can see it except for your buddy, except for him. Nobody else is in the darkness like he is. But he just, for whatever reason, he just stays with that girl. That's how this feels. But I got a photo today that I think can go a long ways at convincing these guys that this man means African-American men no good. But I need your help sharing this photo. Stay with me. Hello, everybody. I am attorney Augustus Corbett, one half of the Defiant Lawyers, and each and every week we bring you at least one legal analysis of some trending story regarding politics, policies, personalities, or pop culture to empower you with the information you need to defy this unjust legal system and to nullify systemic racism. If that interests you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and go ahead and click the bell so you'll get notification every time we upload one of these powerful and informative videos. All right, so you heard what it said. What is it? What's necessary to break this fever of these brothers who are supporting this guy? This guy who is obviously deeply racist and has been for many, many, many years. What is it going to take? Because I have shared all sorts of things to show how deeply racist he is. But like I said, I have a photo today that I think is going to do the trick, right? Or maybe I'm just being overly optimistic. But I'm going to show you this photo in just a moment. Before then, please go to Amazon, grab a copy of my book, Education and Justice, so that you can have the tool you need to help your African-American son go through the public school system and excel academically. All right, so go over to Amazon, grab a copy of the book. All right, so what photo am I talking about? I'm talking about this racist photo. Look at this. Trump released this photo. Your neighborhood under Trump. And here's this plush neighborhood. And this photo is obviously geared toward white people, right? White voters. And then your neighborhood under Kamala. And if you look closely, there are mostly black men in this crowd. So he is trying to create fear with white voters using these images of African-American men. Men. They're not, I don't see, maybe somewhere there, I don't see any African-American women. All men, all black men. And here we're talking about black men supporting him. How? How do you support a man who is that racist? He's literally using the image of black men to scare white people. He's using our image as black men to make the point that if you vote for Kamala, black men are going to be in your neighborhoods robbing, stealing, killing, and so on. That's what that says. That's the message that he's putting out there. So again, the question is, how in the world does any sane African-American man support someone this deeply racist and white supremacist? Tell me, explain it to me. Because I don't get it. I simply don't get it. Now, I know that we have been damaged and traumatized because of slavery. And I know that having gone through slavery, people oftentimes, even their descendants, can become so broken, can come out of that situation so deeply broken that they have sort of a dependency on the enslaver and a deep, nonsensical loyalty to the enslaver. I mean, I don't know. It's almost like a woman who is just deeply connected with her abuser, right? She just can't seem to let it go. Or, as I said earlier, maybe like a man who has this unfaithful girlfriend, and she just knows no matter what she does, she knows that he's going to stay with her, right? So that's again how it feels. Just seeing this racist, deeply racist, KKK type racist. I mean, it's that level racism. It's Nazi level racism. Deeply, deeply racist. And yet black men will see that, those who support him, and they will continue. They will find a reason why he's still not that bad a guy. Or this is what oftentimes happens. Well, Joe Biden this, Joe Biden that, Kamala Harris this, Kamala Harris that. And compare them to this level of racism. In other words, find a way, a reason to continue to be loyal to a man that despises you, a man who thinks of you as the lowest person on the planet, a man who will use your image to scare white people. That is deep-seated racism, you all. That is stereotyping black men. That is, again, using the faces of black men to say, if you vote for this woman, these men are coming into your neighborhood and they're going to murder you, they're going to kill you, they're going to rob you, they're going to destroy your neighborhood. He's using the images of black men to make that point. Isn't that offensive to you, brothers? Those of you who support Trump, those of you who think for a second about supporting him, isn't that offensive? Look at it again. Look at it. This is what Trump released on his X account. He released this, or someone who works for him released this. I mean, that is just awful to caricature black men like this, to stereotype black men like this, when the truth of the matter is most black men are not criminals. Most black men do not murder and kill and rob and so on. No. That's not most black men. But Trump, that's the message he's sending out. And then there are a couple other things here that I want you to see. For example, Trump wrote an article calling for the death penalty of 4 African Americans and 1 Hispanic young teenage men who were falsely accused of raping a white woman. In fact, the real person came out and admitted that it was them. But Trump called for the death penalty for these young men and has never apologized. Never. Look at it again. Trump called for the Central Park Five's execution. Now he says the justice system is rigged against him. Bring back this, the article he wrote, it says, bring back the death penalty. Bring back our police. So now he's saying the justice system is rigged against him. And then he insults us even worse by saying, when I got indicted, when I got my mugshot, it was black men who liked me the most because they are the ones who are the criminals out here. And do remember, in that Detroit church, Trump literally said that we black folks are the criminals and he's coming for us. And one of the things, black men, that he said he wants to do is give police officers criminal immunity. Just imagine that. Imagine that. A man who thinks this way of you, who wants to sick the police on you and give them immunity so that if those police officers just shoot you dead and you're innocent and unarmed, they can't be prosecuted because Trump got them prosecution immunity. You see how he's playing black men especially? Brothers, come on. Come on here. Now, to drive this point home a little bit more, this is an actual lawsuit that was filed against Donald Trump, his father, and their company in the 70s. And guess what it was for? It was because Trump and his father and their company refused to rent apartments to black people. This is the actual lawsuit. Let's read this. The defendants, through the actions of their agents and employees, have discriminated against persons because of race in the operation of their apartment buildings, among other ways, by refusing to rent dwellings and negotiate for the rental of dwellings with persons because of race and color, in violation of Section 804A of the Fair Housing Act of 1968, 42 U.S.C. 3604A. That is the lawsuit that the Department of Justice filed against Trump because he didn't want black folks in his apartments. What more must this man do to show you he does not like black people? Now, I remember back in the 80s and 90s that a lot of rappers would put Trump in their videos, call his name in their lyrics and so on. And I know he has black friends and all of that. But this is the real Donald Trump. That other Donald Trump is the slick, sly Donald Trump who will do and say whatever he needs to say and do in order to get what he wants, which in this case are votes or voting the couch. Now, I also know that there are those pro-black imposters who are in your ear telling you the Democrats ain't done nothing for you and you got the right to vote the couch and you got the right to not vote. You got the right to vote for Trump. This is not about your right to vote. This is not about your right to vote the couch. This is about you using your common sense and not returning a person to the White House who has very evil plans for you, black man. That's what this is about. You definitely have the right not to vote or to vote for whoever you want to vote for. That ain't the issue. This is about some critical thinking and making some decisions for yourself without following these pro-black imposters so that Trump is not put in a position to further harm our community. That's what this is about, brothers. So once again, here he is. This is his heart. This is what he really thinks of you. And he doesn't care that you know it. He put this out on his X account, formerly Twitter. He doesn't care that you know that he's a racist because you know why? He knows that you're going to continue supporting him. Just like that girl that I told you about who is dating your imaginary friend. She keeps on cheating on him, dogging him out because she knows he's going nowhere. Let's give this dude the shock of his life. I want to start seeing black male support for Donald Trump going down, 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 down. All right? I am appealing to you, black man. Let's not do anything to put this man back in office. If you don't believe that he has very, very bad and evil plans for us and our community, watch my Project 2025 videos. That is his game plan. That is what he intends to do. Don't listen to these folks who say that that's a scare tactic. No, this is what they published. This is what they wrote. Folks who worked for him in his administration wrote Project 2025. And it's exactly what he plans to do. And it's bad. It is bad. It will absolutely turn things upside down for the African American community if they're able to get these policies done. I'm telling you, don't help him shoot you in your head. Don't help him shoot you in your head with bad policies because he doesn't like black people. He's made that clear. And a couple of things that he brags about having done for the African American community are simply designed to get your votes or to cause you not to vote for Kamala Harris. That's all that's about. I want you to see it again. That picture is disgusting. This picture should offend you. It should cause you to say there's no way that I will vote for a man who will use images of black men who look just like me to scare white people into voting for him. That's really what he thinks of me? No way am I going to absolutely not support this man. And a man who called for the death of 4 young black men, teenagers, 13, 14 years old, one Hispanic young man, called for the death penalty and has never, ever apologized for it. And do you also remember how he treated Obama, said Obama was not a citizen, said Obama was not born in the United States, that he was other, that he was a Muslim, that he was not really qualified to be the president because he was not, again, born in this country, not a true U.S. citizen, something they call birtherism. I mean, that's truly who Donald Trump is. You gotta take him for what he shows you, right? Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, you believe them the first time. Come on, brothers. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's do better than this. Let's do better than this. He does not deserve the privilege of representing African American people. All right? I am Attorney Augustus Corbett. I'm one half of the Defiant Lawyers. Thank you for watching this video. And until the next time, peace out.